Hi Pisces, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Ooh, we're starting off with the Ace of Cups. So, for some of you, there may be something going on with the way that you express yourself. It could come down to the way that you express yourself when it comes to love and affection and how you communicate with those you care about. I'm talking about in all interpersonal relationships. For others of you, it seems like there may even be a fine-tuning process going on when it comes to special gifts and abilities that you have. Maybe figuring out how to better exercise them, maybe even in a different way. Because I'm seeing something that looks like even the development of skill here, Pisces. Especially too when it comes to setting the intention with how exactly you're going to how exactly you're going to be using it. It's like wanting to use your innate skills and abilities for the right reasons as well. Especially when it comes to matters of empathy and things like that you can tap into. It's like tapping into them in a way where it's helpful, both to give you grounds, I'm hearing, for what's going on, and also enable you to kind of get into the space even of another person when it comes to what it is that they're feeling. For some of you too, there may be something going on as well. When it comes to how you want to exercise these gifts in relation to what it is that you're doing for work, what it is that you're doing for your job. Like, for example, I'm kind of seeing someone that can tap into different energies, and there's a sense of, at times, maybe even feeling overwhelmed because of I'm seeing a very, very powerful gift here that someone has, and there's a sense of working your way when it comes to how it is that you express that, and what is insinuated through your words is also what I'm hearing. You may too be trying to find the right way to use it in relation to what you're doing for work, so as not to be overextending yourself and to still be using this ability properly. I'm hearing something about the mind and about controlling it, but I'm seeing this be something tied in with like what you're able to do and how you want to be like using that. Because we all have different things that we can tap into. However, when it becomes like uncontrolled in a way, or when it like starts running your life, there's a sense of like maybe having a difficult time managing that at times. And even too, when it comes, well, like when we're talking about things like empathy, sometimes when we're around people without boundaries, or when we're channeling energy, there's a sense of like having a hard time differentiating your energy and other person's. Like, how sucked in are you allowing yourself to get? Do you have boundaries? And all of these things that come up, because there is a greater responsibility with a greater power that you develop. And I'm seeing something very big that you're developing here, Pisces. Yeah, I'm hearing something again about special gifts that you have. Yeah, this feels very much like you figuring out the best way to use it, being patient with yourself, learning too about what it is that you can do, again, how you want to be using it, especially to the benefit of the people that you are using this gift with. If you use this with other people, I'm looking at Pluto, Sagittarius, Gemini. You may have these placements strongly highlighted in your chart, maybe like an emphasis on these energies, significant placements. Or this can be someone you're dealing with. I'm also looking at Virgo now popping out. There's a sense too of trying to figure out where, what, how you're going to build a foundation when it comes to a relationship. Is this going to be enough for you? Kind of wading through that process. It looks like with another person. There it seems like you have an ideal of what is like stability to you, what are your ideals, pondering these things, and there's a sense also of kind of taking a step back and thinking, because I'm kind of seeing you here taking a minute, and I don't know if this is maybe to focus on interpersonal relationships over work, or if you just need a break from work in general, or maybe this also includes interpersonal relationships. But I'm seeing you kind of pull back from the things that are feeling more stressful to you and reflecting on this. Because maybe too, there's something that you've been doing and you feel like you're starting to compromise things that you don't want to be compromising, and there's a sense of needing to sit back and think about this as well. It's like, how much do I want to be giving? What feels appropriate to me? Like, am I running myself down because there's like a boundary that I need to set? Things like that. It seems too like the way that you're going to be getting in touch with your emotions is changing as well. And maybe the ways that you express that too. Yeah, it feels almost like it's come time now, like you've gotten to a place where it's time to reorient yourself or change. I'm definitely seeing a transition when it comes to the ways that you process your emotions and where that is leading you. Maybe you too feel like with time it's also given you a sense of wisdom that you didn't have before, that now you're able to use in a way that's helping you curate moves that you're making. Yeah, what I'm seeing here is somebody that I'm seeing somebody that in the past, it's like you recognize that you have something that you can do that's special to you, that's unique to you. And there's a sense of getting familiar with that. It's like figuring out that you can do something and then wanting to express it. And then once you are kind of figuring that out, there may be like even a job that was tied into how you use this gift. And I'm seeing it also kind of bleed into relationships that you've had. And maybe this is also something, because of how tapped in you are, it's something that's also helped you manage and find your way through your relationships as well. And then there comes a time when it's kind of like lifting your foot off the gas, and there's this reflection that I'm seeing, and it feels like because you've already discovered what it is that you can do and how you want to use this gift, and remember, this will be relevant to you in a way where you have to put the energy where it plays, where you are on the timeline. So you can be just discovering that you have a gift, and this can maybe be like an outlook of how it's going to be. Maybe you're in the place where you're taking a break after learning that you can do something and mixing it in with work. And what I'm seeing here is a person getting to a place where they're really reflecting, where they're kind of disconnecting from the things around them. I'm seeing things about meditating, grounding energy. I'm hearing something too about a response. And then I'm seeing someone here go through a transition where there's a sense of, again, curating. I'm even hearing moderating. how they want to use this gift in a creative way that now they are able to, because they have the experience that was needed. So it's like learning how to do something and now figuring out what you want to do with it now that you know you can do that thing, and to use it in a way that's going to feel effective to you. And I'm seeing this mixing energy here where it's like you have your role at work and there's something that you're thinking about when it comes to how you also want to mix in creativity when it comes to this, and maybe like breaking bounds even further than you had been before. It's like maybe even breaking out of a box that before you weren't ready to break out of, and now you're kind of like, there's like an overflowing energy that's coming through. So it seems like you're even making progress with what it is that you're doing and you want to expand further now. So to go over the signs again, I'm hearing Mercury very strongly. I am getting that the throat chakra has a lot to do with this. I'm looking at Pluto, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, and Jupiter again. So a big highlight on Sagittarius energy and also on the Scorpio energy, because I'm seeing them twice here. Maybe feeling like those areas of your chart are activated, or this has something specific to do with those energies within your chart. Maybe something that you want to look at. For those of you that are on like any type of platform or in the public eye to some degree, there also may be something going on too where you could be feeling affected by other people's energy. And maybe this is something that you're kind of still figuring out how to maneuver as well. It's like how to carry on and do what it is that you want to do while also not letting like more negative energies impact you as well. It's like, you know that you're going to like face certain energies, but maybe doing more work when it comes to protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting the integrity of your work is what I'm hearing, so as not to be affected by people. It's like so you're not getting energetically drained. Because I am seeing some stuff on the emotional front that's being worked through right now. I'm gonna get further and see what's going on here. For some of you, you may have even wanted to work with someone. Like this could have been a dream of yours, or like hung out with someone, I guess, depending on where this fits for you. I don't know if this is purely interpersonal or if this is also work related, but it seems like there could have been someone even that you wanted to collaborate with, or maybe even one day you were like hoping to find somebody that would be responsive when it came to collaborating with them. And there's also a sense of disappointment tied into this. It kind of feels like being let down. That's sort of what this looks like to me. But I'm not seeing it because of something like purely going on internally. I'm seeing there be like some sort of external influence here that's adding to the way that you're feeling. For some of you, this is a relationship. It's like you wanted to get together with this person, but something went awry. And there's a sense of like feeling sadness about this. I'm hearing something about catching you at the wrong time, Pisces. Yeah, it looks almost like your back is turned on an opportunity. Because you don't trust it any longer. Yeah, maybe it really does feel like some type of I'm the word is on the tip of my tongue. I'm seeing this as something that's already happened, okay? So I'm not seeing it be like, yeah, in the future this is going to happen with this person. I'm seeing this as already happened. So there's a sense of like somebody even opening up to you or inviting you into their world in some way or extending an offer to you or wanting to get to know you, and there's a sense of feeling betrayed by this person. It's like at one time your hopes could have been high about this, and then there's a sense of getting to a place where you feel uneasy, where you feel suspicious because of the way that things went down when you were interacting with this person, working with this person. It could have even led to being in a relationship with this person, and then things panned out in the way that they did, and I'm not seeing it be something maybe that you were hoping for it to be. And there's a sense of like still, yeah, I'm seeing your energy pop out here. There's a sense of still lingering on this. And maybe you're also trying to figure out like what was the purpose of this relationship? Why was I brought together with this person? Why was my belief of what it would have been in the beginning so different from how things turned out? Like, why did they betray me? Or why do I feel like I can't trust this person? Because it definitely feels like a downshift of energy. And there's a sense of like, what may be keeping you stuck is having a hard time even like accepting the way that things happened, because you can't really figure out like why it was necessary for that to happen in the first place. And there's still a sense of like growing understanding when it comes to this specific relationship. It's interesting too, because the only card I'm looking at here is Neptune, and Neptune does rule Pisces. And with Neptune, like when we have a Neptune contact with someone or when Neptune is involved, there's a sense of like sometimes not seeing everything for what it is. There can sometimes be a facade or a sense of illusion, and not being able to like see through the fog, so to speak. But I'm seeing a notion of you cutting through this now. So maybe it was something that you didn't initially see, but then you saw it and you can't really unsee it, and now something has to happen. Because there's a sense of you wanting to set boundaries with someone and feeling hesitant about doing this, although I'm seeing that you read their character very clearly. But yeah, there's still a sense of hesitance when it comes to you interacting with this person's energy. Because maybe you're shying away from putting your foot down a bit. That's kind of what this feels like. It's like maybe also shying away from starting something new because you also don't know how that's going to go too. Because what's already happened, you may feel a sense of familiarity with that. And you may feel really like strongly connected with this person or brought together with this person. But again, there's still this notion of like maybe not seeing everything completely that's going on here. And maybe once you do understand the full picture, there's a sense of kind of being able to let this go. But until that time, something may be nagging at you, is what this feels like to me. There's also a sense too of being like, how could I have attracted this situation into my life? I'm kind of getting that as well. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of down on yourself because of how this played out. What I'm seeing though is that there's definitely a sense of hope that you have. And there's definitely a sense of I'm hearing longing so strongly when it comes to a new beginning for yourself. And I don't know if that means you want a new beginning with this person, or you just like point blank want a completely new beginning where you're not dealing with anyone from the past. But yeah, there's a sense of like being on the precipice of this new beginning for yourself, but not quite being there yet, but you're almost there, is what this appears to be. I'm looking solely at Neptune here. It feels too that the more you are advocating yourself for yourself, the more you are communicating in a clear way, the more you're doing that from an empowered space, it's going to help you work through any sort of hesitance or anxiety you're feeling when it comes to placing boundaries with the necessary people in order for you to have this new beginning for yourself. And maybe this situation was something that discouraged you from doing that, and that's also why this is kind of a hump for you to get over as well. There could also be like a bit of fear of the unknown as well. Or maybe even if you're giving this person another chance, be like, well, maybe things could balance out with them. I don't know. And like maybe still wanting to work on that in a way. But yeah, always heed your intuition, Pisces, to find your way through this. I am seeing that you're going to be moving through it. It just may be a bit of a process for you right now. And there's definitely clarity that you're going to continue to gain along the way, is what I'm getting to. All right, my friends, I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.